Yesterday is a fantastic movie, a heartwarming tale, the kind of movie that leaves you with a huge grin on your face when it's finished. And it's an unassuming kind of sneak up attack of a movie. It's one that when you see the premise or the idea behind it, you see the actors involved, you just kind of think, yes, it's going to be all right. I'll check it out at some point. But coming out of the theatre, I was brimming from ear to ear with a huge smile on my face at this tale that I had just saw. And it's fairly high concept, but a kind of concept that's used more as a plot device rather than what the story's all about. The story is remarkably simple. And the kind of thing you've seen before, lots of times. We have Jack, who's played by Himesh Patel, who is a underachiever. He has put everything that he has into his music, and the realisation is starting to hit that he might just not be good enough to make it. His long-standing friend and manager, Ellie, has a full-time job as a teacher, but likes to go about with Jack, make sure he gets to gigs, kind of cheer him on, be that cheerleader that this guy needs to kind of keep him chipping away, trying to get to that kind of famous stardom that he longs for. But he doesn't quite realise that Ellie has a crush on him. You know, this is somebody that just dotes on everything he does, supports everything that he does, and he doesn't really take heed of this woman that is in front of him. Then one night, as he's ready to give up everything, he has a terrible accident and wakes up in hospital, missing a couple of teeth, but also knowing that the rest of the world seemingly have forgotten all about the Beatles, as well as other things as well. It's done in humorous fashion throughout the story, things that have just vanished from the ether. And he suddenly starts to get stardom because, well, he is belting out just hit after hit of classic Beatles tunes. But there's something missing. He's having the fame, he's having the success, and yes, it sounds a little bit tripe and a little bit formulaic, but he is missing love, true love, and he realises oh so late that Ellie was the one for him, and he may have missed his chance. Now he's on this whirlwind of stardom. It's simple, but it's so well done, and that's the key to this. With some script doctoring from Richard Curtis, with some deft touches of direction from Danny Boyle, some fantastic performances, you know, from Himesh Patel, from Lily James as Ellie, you get a movie that just wraps you up in its tail. It's so funny and endearing. At the heart of it, it's a love story between Ellie and Jack that really just keeps us going forward. You want them to get together. They're right for each other. They just need to knuckle down and make it happen. And there's so many obstacles that throw up in the way that make you think that, you know, this might not come together. But you got all these side characters throughout the movie that really add to it, whether they're there for comic relief or to give the characters a little bit more dimension. They're all there for one reason or another, and it really adds to the storyline. There is Kate McKinnon as the agent, his new manager from America, who has some of the most slapped down, hilariously funny lines I have heard ever delivered in a comedy movie. It's as if somebody has taken her script, crossed out all the dialogue and put down the not so subtle meaning behind each phrase, and that's just what she iterates. She tells the truth. There's no garbled talk here. It's just, I'm going to use you, spit you up and take all your money while trying to make you kind of famous. It sounds hard to describe. It's not going to sound as great as it actually is, but the performance is just downright hilarious. You get Ed Sheeran in a role as well that's kind of poking fun at himself, but it's fun as well, and he has some good lines that he delivers really well, and it's not as kind of grating as I thought it was first going to be when I saw the trailers. Danny Boyle does some of his usual deft touches, the way he has his Dutch angles at certain scenes, the way he shoots certain things, the way he has at one moment Jack in a room as social media and clips of him are portrayed on a big screen as he's starting to blow up, and just that way of encapsulating that look into the guy's head as he explodes on the scene. It's just really nicely done. But every time I think about the movie, and every time I think about the fantastic music, the performances, which Himesh Patel sings and plays all the instruments within the movie, which is great. And I think of all the side characters, the jokes, the reoccurring jokes, the couple of strangers that appear later on, which are rather a rewarding punchline to their little subplot. All of these things are great. but at the heart of it is Jack and Ellie, two people that I wanted to see get together. It's a great romantic comedy. It's a crowd pleaser. Not only was I smiling as I left the theatre, I made note to look at everybody else, and they were all having a great time as they came out. They're all smiling, laughing, talking about the movie, and I feel like this is something that's just going to carry on. If you're lucky, if you're really lucky, it's still in cinemas and you can get out there and check this out, and I do highly suggest checking this out. This was a real surprise for me, one that I really enjoyed. And even though it has lots of fantastical elements about it, there was one thing that I just couldn't quite get behind. Even though the Beatles had vanished and lots of other things had disappeared as well, I could go with that. The one thing I just couldn't cope with, I couldn't understand, was the fact that Jack could spend all this time with Ellie and just, well, not fancy her. It's Lily James. My goodness, what was he thinking? Terrific movie, well worth checking out, highly recommended. I'd love to know your thoughts on Yesterday. If you've seen it, let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs. Film.